Hey guys, good afternoon and welcome to the 330 Sports Show. This is episode number 68 and today is Tuesday, May 4th, 2021. Joe, I'm not a big Star Wars guy, but may the 4th be with you.
And also with you.
Today is also National Firefighters Day. So thank you to all those firefighters out there, risking your lives and doing what you do. It's also, I'm not going to be doing a live show on Thursday, so I just want to make sure, being a former teacher, I also say thank you to all the teachers out there. I have a ton of friends, obviously, still in the profession, but it's Teacher Appreciation Week, and I think all parents out there, especially this past year with COVID and homeschooling and lockdowns and all that stuff, have appreciated, if they didn't already before, how much teachers do for our kids. So whether that's a kid that's in preschool or whether that's a kid that's in high school going to college, whatever it might be. So thanks to all the teachers out there and everything you do every day. I know, and I can speak from experience, it is one of the most rewarding jobs, but a lot of times people don't realize, it is a very stressful job, and you don't just leave the job. It's you take that home with you a lot of the time. So again, thank you to all the teachers out there. So again, I'm your host, Justin Coffin. We're broadcasting live from downtown Youngstown, Ohio, and we are produced by Joe Danier and the Youngstown Studio Network. You have the chance to win some AirPod Pros, and Joe has also added another $100 bill in here this week, so we are up to $700.
$700. And it bothered so many people that were there 50s in there that I had to take the 50s out and replace it with a $100 bill. So now they're all $100 bills.
You don't want to carry 8 bills around for $700.
We got efficiency.
Exactly.
Yeah, if I had a $500 bill, that would be in there right now.
Do they make $500
I think
bills?
they do, but they're very scarce.
Okay.
And they're a collector's item.
And I don't know who's on the $500 bill too.
I don't know, but by show's end, I will know that.
Okay, very good. Let me know too. All right, Joe, you gave a couple clues last week. I have 3 of them written down. Are you still doing 3 clues, or are we going 4?
We're doing 3. No new ones. We'll let this resonate a little bit.
So go ahead and remind people of the clues.
All right, so the first one is that I got the number from a clock.
Okay.
The second one is partners, and the last one is 1 even 2 odd.
Interesting. Okay, so clock, partner, one number is even, 2 numbers are odd. So phone lines will be open the first half of today's show. We got a lot on the plate for you today. The number is going to be 330-595-1600. Again, that is 330-595-1600. We look forward to talking to you. Before I think we already have a call. I'm going to give you kind of what's on the show today. So,
well, first, can I interrupt you? That draft party that you had the other day, that was cool. I could get used to drinking wine, sitting down, watching TV with the guys with some pizza.
Yeah.
We should integrate that into the 1 o'clock show.
I have 0 complaints about that. 0. I'll watch Judge Judy or whatever's on TV, drink wine and eat pizza.
Fun.
Yeah. No, it was a good time. And, we had our numbers were really good for that. We were just looking at them beforehand. So thank you to all you guys for tuning in. I know it was a little hectic and a little crazy, but that's what we liked. And it was a trial, and we made some errors, but we also learned some things.
Well, audience, listen. It's in my nature and in Justin's nature, we are not a fly by the seat of our pants, right? We had so much unproven everything, technology, and we were just going to be like, we'll see what happens. So there was a lot for us to kind of just let go and let the show become whatever it was going to become.
Exactly. I mean, we had people at Walmart, people in Magic Tree, people at West Side Bowl. We had 3 people or 4 people down here. It was really good. You and Mario behind the scenes were sweating because you had to run around like crazy.
And I wasn't wearing deodorant. So that was great.
I didn't notice. I did not notice. So you did well. Before we take a couple of these calls here, we will recap a little bit of the NFL draft. I do have a Zoom call in the second half of the show that's going to feature Dave Spires, Greg Kirchner, Brett Franklin, and myself. We rank the NFL's top receivers post-draft, so heading in to the 2021 season. We'll take a look around the rest of the sports world. The very first thing I do before I take this call is I want to do my top 5 Tuesday segment. This is sort of in honor of Mother's Day coming up. So, first of all, I'm telling you right now, it's Tuesday. You have until Sunday. Go get something for your mother, or at least plan on spending some time or giving her a call. If you're lucky enough to have your mom around, whether it's a mom, a grandma, a stepmom, foster mom, whatever it might be, make sure you take care of mom because they take care of us. So, our top 5 Tuesday segment we are going to do is top 5 TV moms. So these are not movies, just strictly TV shows. And this is a little teaser for Thursday's show. Thursday's show is going to be a TV moms draft, and it is hilarious. I promise you it's already recorded, but it's going to air on Thursday. So I promise you're going to have a great time listening to that show, and it's hysterical. All right, so let's take a look at my top 5 TV moms. So the first one I'm going to start with, I'm going to go in reverse order. Number 5, Daenerys Targaryen. Some people will be like, well, she doesn't even have a kid. Well, here's why. If you ever watch Game of Thrones, she has this title that's 30 words long, and one of the main things is she is the mother of dragons in that show. So mother, for God's sakes, it's in her title. She gets a spot on my list, and that's probably it didn't end the way I would have loved it to, but one of my favorite TV shows of all time, or top series of all time. Number 4, I gotta put a Golden Girl on there. So I'm going with Estelle Getty, who played Sophia Petrella in the Golden Girls. She was actually, ironically, the youngest one on the show. So interesting fact there, even though she was Dorothy's mom and all that stuff. Number 3, I gotta give Lisa Resnick credit for this, because I had never seen the show before she was on our show, and she recommended Schitt's Creek. It is a hilarious show. I call it my treadmill show because it's about 20 to 25 minutes long. And anytime I get on the treadmill, I just pop it on. And the character on that show is Moira Rose, who is played by Catherine O'Hara, who you probably would remember from Home Alone, Kevin, or Beetlejuice. Great character, phenomenal show. I'm actually only about halfway through season 2, and I would put it up there in my top 10 favorite shows right now. Number 2, I had to put a cartoon on there just for the hell of it, but Lois Griffin, Family Guy. I don't watch a ton of Family Guy, but it's one of those shows that, if you're ever just sitting around and you see that show on, I feel like I can put that on, and it's always entertaining. So Lois Griffin, Family Guy, she's voiced by Alex Borstein. And then finally, number 1, this person's on here for a couple different reasons. Julie Bowen, Modern Family, she plays Claire Dunphy. 1, she's not bad to look at, so that helps. Number 2, she plays an awesome character. And number 3, she is actually on the board of directors at an organization called Baby to Baby in Los Angeles. And my day job, you could say, for Project MKC, they literally donate tens, if not hundreds of thousands of dollars worth of diapers and things like that to our organization and other organizations all over the country. So again, top 5 TV moms: Daenerys Targaryen, Estelle Getty, who plays Sophia Petrella, Moira Rose, Lois Griffin, Julie Bowen. Those are my top 5. I know there's a ton that aren't on that list, but you're going to hear all about those on Thursday's show, and I promise you Thursday's show will be hilarious because it's already recorded and I laugh my ass off recording it. So you will have a good time listening to that. So let's go ahead and take one of these first calls here, and we'll see what they've been waiting for a few minutes. So we will go with this one on top here. I don't have a name. So caller, you there? Hello, caller, are you there?
Can you hear me okay?
Yeah, now we can. What's your name?
This is Mr. Ben. Bend over.
Bend over. Well done. I like it.
I was just calling in to guess the 3 numbers, please.
Okay. I feel like this is a familiar voice that's maybe disguising his voice, but okay. Go. What is your guess?
You might know me. I don't know, but my number for today would be number 141.
141. That's not correct, but we appreciate the attempt.
That's okay. Another point I would like to make, leading into Mother's Day, I would like to make the point that and this is going to be revolutionary, so be ready for this.
Okay.
Just pick yourself over there. I think my mom might be upset with me for saying this, but I think that in restroom etiquette should be changed, and I think that women should put the toilet seat down for men, and then down for themselves, and then back up when they're done. I think you should flip it around. Okay.
I'm on board for that.
This is dangerous territory. Danger. Danger, Will Rogers. Danger.
All right. That's good. I appreciate that, though. All right.
Also, tune into the MLO Bros tonight.
I knew it. You guys are doing the True Value thing, aren't you?
Yes. We're having, this is Isaac Schuster, by the way. We're having John Krause on.
Okay.
Should be fun tonight.
Hey, when are you
listening? I'm listening, gentlemen.
Isaac, when are you doing the ghost thing?
Yes, that's the one I want to come to.
Oh, that's this weekend, and Luke will be with Youngstown Pizza Reviews.
Okay.
I'm going with him along with our camera guy Brian. I will not be attending. It's my fiance and my anniversary of 6 years, so we're going to Columbus together. So.
Well, so you guys have been together for 6 years, and you're not married yet. Isn't that what's that called? Isn't there a legal term for that? Like you're.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure he could take half of everything I own.
Right. Okay.
If we do break up, but we're getting married in August. So
okay.
She's freaking out about it because we were not married yet. But we'll be soon.
No worries. Well, congratulations first of all on 6 years, and I kind of want an MLO Bros camera walking down the aisle at your wedding too.
Has to be
like a GoPro or something.
I think we should have Youngstown Studio have a little little desk off to the side, and you could narrate the whole thing, or call the ceremony and the wedding itself.
We'll be commentators.
That would be fine, except I feel like his fiance would beat the shit out of us.
Yeah, probably. I don't have anything to do with it. If you guys want to do that, you go ahead. I can't promise that you guys won't be.
He'll deny that he was involved.
Right.
He'll throw us under the bus.
All right, Isaac. Thanks, man. Talk to you soon.
All right, gentlemen. Have a good day.
You too.
And I think what you were looking for was common law.
Common law marriage. Yes, correct. Okay, one more caller here. We'll take this. Michael. Is this Michael?
Yeah, that's me.
Hey, Michael. How you doing?
All right. I want to pick the number.
Yeah. Go for it.
How about, has anybody played the 007? I know Joey's a 007 guy.
Well, let me warn you. 007 would not be on a clock. So it's got to be a number that would be on a clock.
Yeah, I gave 3 clues. One is that the number came from what was displayed on a clock, partners, and one of the digits is even and 2 are odd.
So that would eliminate 007 as well. Take another guess.
God. You know what? There's too much pressure, man. I'm getting ready to go to this prison and work afternoon turn and recreate with all the criminals in the system. So I'm going to let you pick the number for me. Actually, I should have an inmate pick the number, and then I will do this again tomorrow.
Okay, deal.
1 even 2 odd. Joe, you want? Well, it's not fair for Joe. How about this?
I'll get a guy that's doing Buzz Lightyear time. Cars will fly before he gets out of prison.
How about this? You give me the 1 even 2 odd.
Actually, we'll pick a cell number.
Okay.
I'll pick a cell number.
All right. Give me a cell number. When you call back in.
I'll call you tomorrow and we'll pick a cell number and maybe we'll get
Thursday.
All right. How about that? How about this? Give me 2 odd numbers right now.
Can I go back to back with 1-1?
Yeah, sure. All right. So how about 311 as a band? Or no, that's how about no. It's got to be 411. 4-11.
Yeah. Go with 4. You can do that.
All right, 1 even to odd. Pick your cell number. Call back in on Thursday.
Hey, Joey, you're kicking ass, buddy. I'm really happy for you.
Thank you, Michael. Appreciate it.
You guys keep doing what you're doing. You're changing the landscape, bro.
All right, man. Thank you so much. Good talking to you.
Have a great day, Michael.
All right. Bye-bye.
All right, let me, we'll switch. One more call's coming in, but I want to get to a few more things here before we take that next call. Could we go real quick to... I'm gonna show you this picture here on the screen. I thought this was one of the more interesting things I saw over the weekend. First of all this drama before draft night started. Aaron Rodgers wanted out with the Packers. There's been they took a quarterback in last year's draft, Jordan Love. They haven't taken an offensive skill player in like the last 9 years. Besides the backup quarterback. So Aaron Rodgers is pretty much just like fired up, like he was the MVP last season and he's like, what are you doing to help me? I'm doing everything to help you. So he is just fed up with the Green Bay Packers and their GM. And Green Bay is a very unique team because they don't have a traditional owner like all the 31 other teams. It's owned by the city of Green Bay and the fans. So usually the ownership or the board of directors or whatever it might be defers to the GM to make the decisions. Aaron Rodgers does not like the GM, so they're in a messy situation there. So Aaron Rodgers, there's a lot of speculation. He wanted out of Green Bay. He wanted to go to the 49ers. He wanted to go to the Broncos. He wanted to go to the Raiders. So lots and lots and lots of... drama, I guess you could say. So will we have seen Aaron Rodgers in a Packers uniform for the last time? To be determined. Right now, it seems like he'd be happy to retire, host Jeopardy, and be done with the game of football. But he's got obviously a lot of playing career left if he wants it. So what do you think, Joe? You think we'll see him back or no?
I don't like when these things go public like this. So you got to assume that it's been festering for a little while. Yep. And, like I said, I just don't like the leverage it creates when it's bad PR then for the team. I like when they handle this privately and it just isn't any other transaction. No doubt. It doesn't make anybody look good.
No doubt. And the graphic that was up there was really interesting. No quarterback has played 17 seasons with the team, but this graphic shows, and this was Adam Schefter, so I want to give him credit on this, but Aaron Rodgers, Brett Favre, and Bart Starr, the 3 most legendary quarterbacks in Packers history, if not almost all of football, have each played 16 seasons with the Packers. So maybe the law of 16 plays out.
Yeah, got to bug out.
Just really, really interesting. All right, so I want to switch next to the draft, and this being a 330 show, a podcast, we focus a lot on Northeast Ohio, the Browns, the Steelers, the Buckeyes. I first want to start with the Buckeyes, and they had 10 players selected in this draft. Only one in the first round. That was Justin Fields. Chicago traded up to get him, and that could end up being a steal for the Bears. They have Andy Dalton there, so he's not expected to play right away, but the Justin Fields pick could be a really, really nice selection for the Chicago Bears. And, I'm very happy to see him in the NFC where the Browns don't have to play him on a regular basis. I think he could do really, really good things. He's one of the most talented quarterbacks, just physically. He has a lot to polish and work on, but if he's in the right system with the right people, he could really do some good things. So Ohio State now has the most first-round draft picks of all time. I believe the number is 85, which is just incredible. Alabama, obviously, right on their heels, which will show you this next graphic. I'm sorry, real quick, the Ohio State players that were drafted, and I'm just going to go right down in the order. Justin Fields to Chicago, Pete Werner to the Saints, Josh Myers to Green Bay, who could be snapping the ball to Aaron Rodgers if he's there, replacing Corey Linsley, who left to go to the Chargers. Wyatt Davis, another lineman, to the Vikings, Trey Sermon to the 49ers, Baron Browning to the Broncos. The Buckeyes. The Browns took defensive tackle Tommy Togiai PI in the 4th round, which was a nice pick. Luke Farrell, first pick of the 5th round, went to Urban Meyer in Jacksonville. So Urban Meyer did his draft was interesting because he took a lot of guys he had recruited. So that was interesting. Sean Wade really slipped in the draft. He ended up going in the 5th round, but he went to the Baltimore Ravens, and of course they'll probably turn him into a stud, and he'll probably be really good. Former 5-star cornerback for the Ravens. And then Jonathan Cooper was the last player selected by the Denver Broncos, joining Baron Browning there in Denver. Ohio State had 10 players selected in this draft. And you'll see that, Joe, do you mind putting up that next graphic for me? So this is schools with a player picked in the 2021 draft. So between Ohio State and Alabama, 20 different players went, which is incredible. Now there was a big difference between the Alabama's selections and the Ohio State selections. Ohio State had one selection in the top 38. They kind of loaded up in the middle rounds. Alabama had eight of the first 38 draft picks, which is just incredible. 6 of them, I believe, were offense and 2 defense. Georgia had 9 players. Notre Dame had 9 players. Florida and Michigan both had 8 players. LSU 7, and then you can see on the list there's a bunch more teams with 6 or fewer. But just incredible the number of players taken from those schools, and which shows you why they are literally a draft factory. Year in, year out, and those guys, that helps recruiting. That helps these guys. A lot of times they're like, hey, if I can play right out of high school in 3 years, I'm going to be making several million. So pretty awesome there. I'll tell you what. Let's go to a call here. Cool. All right, caller, you're on the line.
Hi, it's Christina. How are you?
Hey, good, Christina. How are you?
I was calling about the combination.
Yeah. You want to give a shot?
Yep. 310.
310. Not this time, but thanks for calling in, Christina. Appreciate you.
Thank you.
Have a great day.
Bye-bye. You too. Thanks.
Thanks. All right, let's take one more. I think I know who this is, too. I'm surprised we haven't had our friend Sarah call in, though. Right. Luke, is this you?
Hey, buddy.
What's going on, Luke? How are you?
Well, I was listening to my wonderful brother talk to you guys earlier, and since he is totally dogging me in the Youngstown Peace Reviews on Saturday, I'm going to throw this out here. I know it's last minute. But we got room for one to go to Canton. It's called the Wendell House. And it's going to be from 7 p.m. to like 3 or whatever time ghost hunting is. I don't know. I'm going to freaking need caffeine or something. And we got room for one. I would love somebody from the Youngstown studio to come with us. And then that way we could go live on the MLO Bros Facebook Live. And we could go live on the Youngstown studio. We could have 2 feeds going at once. Oh, yeah.
I will tell you this, Luke. First of all, I appreciate the offer. I, however, will be in Florida this weekend. So, Canton, Ohio is beautiful this time of year, but I'm going to take Florida. So I will say I'm out for that. But
all right.
Maybe.
Well, if you're interested, buddy, we got room.
Totally interested. When is this?
This coming Saturday. We're gonna leave Poland at I want to say around 5:36. And what I'm thinking is, you go live on your feed, I'll go live on our feed, and we'll have 2 lives going with 2 different cameras at this Wendell House as we do a ghost hunt.
Totally. Yeah, I'm totally in. I'll check to make sure logistics work out, but I'm totally in.
Awesome. Yeah, we got room, and it'd be fun to stream both of us going live, and we could cross promote and.
Yeah, can I really geek out and go total science on this? You won't be mad at me if I geek out?
Well, geek away. I can start with. We have 2 ghost hunters from Tri-C Tri-C Ghost Hunters. They're going to have all their equipment. So we're going to like attack this Wendell house and do a Google upgrade. It's like built in 1910. They see like half apparitions. It's like an old museum. It's going to be freaking creepy. It's going to be fun. We have the Youngstown Pizza reviewers going with us, so they're going to be helping. I got my camera guy going.
Sweet.
So, yeah, geek out all you want, man. If you want to bring a freaking fucking your don't swear Ghostbuster thing, you can.
All right, cool.
The EKG.
Yeah, right. Oh, I'm going all out. I'll have my infrared detectors.
Yeah.
But yeah, text me, or I'll say we'll just meet at my house, leave our cars here, and then we're not going to be back till late. I know that. So.
Sweet. All right, I'm in. Yeah, I'll let you know for sure.
Yeah.
And I'll download that for my plane ride back.
All right, cool. You gonna guess a combination, or are you just calling to network here?
So I'm going to throw out the combination while I'm freaking here. I mean, right?
Yeah, right.
Go for it.
All right, so let's go. It was what, 1 odd, 2 even? You said, Justin?
Yes, 1 odd, 2 or no.
1 even, 2 odd.
Yeah, 1 even, 2 odd.
1 even, 2 odds. 1 even, 2 odds. Let's go 8, 2, 4.
8, 2, 4.
Wait. That was 1 even.
Those were all even numbers. The MLO brothers will get a math tutor this weekend as well. So.
Yeah, I'm never good at math.
It's all right.
Hey, Joey, I'll talk to you. You got my number, man. Text me. Let's get this going.
All right, cool.
Get it all set up. It'll be fun.
All right, man.
And then
we're all going to my Suburban too, so it'll make it even more fun.
Sweet.
Okay. Yeah, and then on next Tuesday's show, I want to talk about that. For sure.
Yeah.
Okay. Thanks, Luke.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, guys. We'll see you.
Have a good one. All right, before we take this next call, just a couple more news and notes from around the sports world. This was an unbelievable stat that I saw last week. And I'm going to butcher his name, but Shohei Ohtani for the California Angels, Los Angeles Angels, was the first pitcher to start a major league game leading the league in home runs since Babe Ruth, which, I mean, my God, just think about that. So he started a game, pitched a game, and also led the league in home runs at that time, which pretty unbelievable stat there. One other pitching note I want to make reference here to, our Indians guy, Shane Bieber. He has set now a major league record with the most consecutive 8 strikeout or more games in Major League history. He has 18 consecutive starts where he struck out 8 or more batters. And if you just think about that, that's nearly 3 innings. That's two innings and 2 outs just are guaranteed strikeouts the last 18 starts for him. So unbelievable run he is on. Very, very cool. So another note from over the weekend in the horse racing world, and I kind of dropped the ball on this. I had a whole Kentucky Derby thing planned for last week, and I just ran out of time and didn't get to it, but we'll get to that next year on that. And the first Saturday in May, when it's May 1st, it really sneaks up on you. But Medina Spirit, I look at that and I say Medina, just thinking of Medina, Ohio. But Medina Spirit wins. Just a really, really cool race. And there was a race before that. And Joe, have you ever heard of the term dead heat?
Yes.
Dead heat, like, oh, it's a dead heat, it's close. I always thought that just meant it's close. No, but in horse racing, it actually means it's a literal tie. So there was a race before this, and it was one of the bourbon makers was, named for the race. And the 2 horses literally, like a photo finish, tied. So it was called a dead heat. And I just thought that was neat because I had never seen that before. So that was pretty cool.
I don't like ties in sports. I mean, there's got to be a way where you could hit the footage and there's a hair that crossed first.
But I mean,
science.
They literally like dead, frame by frame, slowed it down, and like their noses were right at the finish line.
But still, in the history of like
There
high school
has to
sports,
be.
I mean, you could take horseshoes out and then settle it the way humans
the
do.
jockeys,
Yes,
the
right.
jockeys
The
fight it
fist
out.
Fight, yeah.
Oh, and this is so cool. I saw this on the story, and sorry, I'm going a little off topic here, but the jockeys, the jockeys are usually little guys, but some are, I don't know. I'm just going to throw out a weight. Let's just say one's 110 pounds, but one's 120 pounds. So let's just say all the riders would have to be the same, or all the horses have to carry the same weight on there. So they would actually add weight to the 110 pound rider's saddle, which is really cool. I had never knew that before, and it makes total sense. But I just thought that was an interesting fact there. So, I'll tell you what, we'll take one more call here before we get to our Zoom call, and I preview that. So it looks like Stephanie. Stephanie, you on the line?
Yes.
Hi, Stephanie. How are you?
Good. How are you?
Good. You want to give this a shot?
924.
924. Good try. Thank you for calling in.
you.
Anything else on your mind, Steph?
Nope.
All right. Well, thank you for calling in. Have a great day.
Bye-bye.
All right. Bye. All right. So appreciate all the callers calling in today. Final little graphic I'm going to show up here. This is going to be the final results of our draft we did. I'm not going to, I'm not going to override the Zoom call here, but there were some surprises in here and some names that I know some people are like, why isn't this person on this list? Or why isn't this person on this list? So what we did, we had 4 of us do this draft, Brett Franklin, Greg Kirchner, Dave Spires, and myself. And, we did a 6-round draft. So we each took, the 4 of us each took 6 players. So 24 players total. Most of the names won't be a surprise. Maybe the order is, but maybe there's some names on there you don't see. So what I want you to do is when you watch this, if there's any names we missed or that you think should replace someone else on there, make sure you comment or call in or let us know, like, hey, what did we get right? What did we get wrong? Because I would love to hear your feedback on that. And this was 4 different minds kind of taking these opinions and throwing it into a draft. So, I think you'll enjoy this call. And this is heading into the 2021 season. What we did for the quarterback one, we said this is going to be for the next 3 years. For the wide receiver ones, we're just saying this is it just for next year. We want the best player available, whatever productivity you think they'll put out on the field. So we'll throw it over to that Zoom call now. Thanks to everybody for watching. And don't forget to tune into Thursday's show. I promise you'll get some laughs out of it. So again, I think you'll really enjoy this call. Thanks to all our callers, and take a listen to this.
All right. Hi, guys. Justin Coffin here. We are recording this Sunday night, but this is going to be for Tuesday, May 4th show. We are going to do a wide receiver draft. We're going to do 6 rounds. There's 4 of us, so that'll be 24 players picked total. And what we're going to do, no kind of underlying rules. It's just going to be whoever we think the best player on the board is for that team. And you guys want to elaborate on why you're picking them, that's fine. If you just want to move on, that's fine too. The order is going to be, it's going to be a snake draft. So it's going to go Brett Franklin, Greg Kirchner, Dave Spires, and then to me. And then for the second round, it'll go me, Dave, Greg, Brett, and so on and so forth from like that. So we'll do 6 total rounds. That'll be 6 picks each and 24 picks overall. So with that said, Brett Franklin, you are on the clock for whoever you think the NFL's best wide receiver would be.
I'm there's 2 guys to me that kind of could be called it, but one has a potential QB dilemma going on right now. So I'm going with the other one, who is tried and true, of Tyreek Hill.
Okay.
Can't go wrong with Patrick Mahomes tossing too. And the guy is so fast.
Exactly. All right, very good. So Tyreek Hill, first off the board, probably the fastest player in the NFL. All right, Greg, we're going to go to you. Pick.
Yeah, well, I think I'm going to go with the one that Brett passed on, Devontae Adams. I know if we're just taking kind of receivers on their own merits, without regard necessarily to their quarterback. I mean, he's a beast. He does it all, and arguably is the best wide receiver in the NFL. So I'm going with Devontae.
Okay. All right, Mr. Spires, you have the third pick.
I'm going with Brett Franklin's boy, Stephon Diggs. And the reason why I'm taking him is I think he had an unbelievable year last year. And I also think his connection with the quarterback is going to be something that's go on for the next 5 years. Josh Allen, he's coming to his own as a top 5 quarterback. And, that's going to be one of the top duos for the next 5 years easily.
Okay. All right. Very good. All right. So it's going to be to me for 2 picks. So I have the 4th pick. With that pick, he succeeded on 2 different teams with 2 different quarterbacks. Kind of a freak, just absolutely has crazy catches and always has a ton of catches and production every year. So I'm going to go with DeAndre Hopkins with the 4th pick. I felt like as soon as DeAndre Hopkins left Houston, that was kind of the downfall of that organization. So I'm going to go with DeAndre Hopkins with my 4th pick. And then in the second round, my 2nd pick is going to be, I'm going to stay true to my board. I had this guy ranked 5th overall, maybe a little bit high for some, but he had a great rookie season last year, and he's got a great first name. So I'm going to go with Justin Jefferson, Minnesota, with the 5th pick. So with that said, Dave, it's going to be you for pick number 6.
I'm going with the GQ model of the year, the muscular development body of the year. The only guy that's ever been in the coach's office and taken his shirt off. Arguably one of the fastest wide receivers in the league behind Tyreek Hill. I'm going with DK Metcalf. I think with if Russell Wilson actually stays there, once again, that's a great duo, and that guy just makes plays. He can beat you with the deep route. He can beat you with a slant, and he just got great speed, and he can be a bully out there on the football field. So DK Metcalf.
Okay. All right. Very good pick. Greg, you have pick number 7 overall. It is to you.
All right. I'm going to go with a guy it was more or less non-existent last year, but really due to injuries. But prior to that has been, again, arguably one of the best receivers in the NFL. Can't guard Michael Thomas. I think he'll have a bounce back 2021, assuming he gets healthy.
Okay. All right. Very good. Good pick. All right, Brett, it's going to be to you for the last pick of the 2nd round, pick 8 overall, and the first pick of round 3, 9 overall. So you got picks 8 and 9.
Yeah. I'm going to go Calvin Ridley, Atlanta. I think just the numbers he was able to put up last year, even with Julio kind of taking a step back a little bit, I still think so. He's still seeing some of the top guys on whenever he's out there. So I just like the numbers he's putting up, and he's kind of coming into his own. I think them adding some nice offensive weapons in the draft too, I think that's going to only help him out. The other one is I'm going to go Mike Evans.
Okay.
I just like his connection with Tom Brady, and I mean, God knows, as we talked about before, when he's going to go, but Mike Evans, every year the guy puts up numbers regardless of who his QB has been. So
okay. All right, very good. Very good. All right, Greg, you got pick number 10.
All right. Well, I'm going to go to kind of another physical freak who was actually teammates with DK Metcalf in college, which is amazing. They didn't win more games, but I think there were some injuries there. But I'm going to go with A.J. Brown from the Titans.
Yeah, those guys are absolute freaks, and whatever they were doing down at Mississippi besides those recruiting violations work though. All right, yeah, that's a good pick. All right, Mr. Spires, you are up with pick number 11 in round 3.
I'm going with Allen Robinson from Chi-Town. He's played in 2 different systems. He gets a quarterback upgrade this year, and if I'm not mistaken, he really didn't have too many drops the past year. So, he's a consistent, 80, 90 catch guy, and a dismal offense last year. He still was able to get up and make plays. So, Allen Robinson.
Yeah, you might have Justin Fields throwing him the ball later in the season next year. That'd be pretty cool to see. All right, I'm gonna just stay true to my board. I had this guy ranked 9th overall, so I'm gonna go with Keenan Allen for the Chargers. I think the guy puts up, when healthy, especially, puts up just numbers week in, week out, and he's a very reliable target. And I think as Justin Herbert gets better, I think Keenan Allen will just put up more and more numbers. So Keenan Allen, I have him 12 overall here, and I have the 13th pick as well. I'm gonna actually go off my board here because the one guy I was going to pick is a teammate with another player I was going to take. So I'm gonna switch, and I'm gonna go Tyler Lockett, Seattle Seahawks. So I'm going to take Tyler Lockett, number 13 overall. So first pick of round 4. So Dave, it's going to go back to you with pick 14.
I'm going to give it up to Chris Godwin. Kind of took a step back last year just because Tom Brady likes to, spread the ball around a little bit. But this guy's a player. He's consistent. If he can stay healthy, I definitely think he'll live up to, his expectations. But Chris Godwin.
Greg, you have pick number 15.
All right. Well, this is a tough spot. There's a lot here. I'm going to go Julio Jones, though. I know, he's Father Time's not on his side right now. He's always seems to be kind of banged up, but you can't argue with the production when he does play. I know there's talk of him being traded. I don't think a trade. I think now with how loaded, with getting Kyle Pitts and how loaded the Falcons are kind of at the wide receiver tight end position, I think a trade wouldn't necessarily be the worst thing for Julio. I could see him going into another situation. What's your numbers if that happens? But I'll go with Julio.
Okay. All right. Very good. So that was 15 overall. So Brett, back to you for 2 picks. You got pick 16 and 17.
Yeah, first one I'm going to go with Scary Terry.
Okay.
Just freaking love his production. They've just been an absolute, roller coaster of quarterbacks going back, all over the place. Just never seemed to be settled. So he's been the primary target, and being, I believe, he was a 3rd round pick a couple years. He shined immediately. So I just think he's going to keep growing. So I love him. The next one is I'm going to take another young guy here. I'm going to go CD Lamb, Dallas.
Okay.
I again love his production. I love that offense. Dallas is going to, just like they did last year, they're going to put up points. It's just a matter of whether that defense can hold them. But CD Lamb's going to get a lot of touches.
Okay. All right. Very good.
And don't forget, he's got some of the quickest hands in the business. Remember this time last year, he snatched the cell phone off his girlfriend. I'm just saying.
Right.
Don't be looking at those text messages. All right, Greg, to you for pick 18.
All right, I'm going to go Adam Thielen here. Another guy that's just been kind of rock solid over the years. I know, Jefferson certainly emerged as their number 1 guy, but Thielen is a fantastic possession receiver, extremely sure-handed, and he'll certainly get his share of catches and have his share of big games next season.
Okay. All right, very good. So just real quick before we go to Dave's pick, that means we've got 2 Minnesota Vikings. We have 2 Seattle Seahawks, 2 Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And am I missing any? I think that might.
I think
Did you
that's
say
it right
Falcons?
now. 2 Falcons.
2 Falcons, yeah. So yeah, I mean, so you got a lot of teammates off the board, which kind of shows you, certain offenses just thrive with certain wide receivers. So, all right, Dave, you got pick number 19.
I'm going to go with DJ Moore. Hopefully, the change in scenery will help Sam Darnold be more productive, which I think it will. But I mean, this guy also just goes out there and makes plays. He's got great hands, can beat you mid-range, can beat you deep.
All right, very good. So I am up with my last 2 picks. I have picks 20 and 21. With pick number 20, I'm going to take. Oh man, I'm going to take. This is kind of a little bit off the board, but I'm going to take a rookie here. I'm going to take Jalen Waddle. I think he could really do some damage in that offense, and kind of being. He was the top wide receiver drafted this year. I think he obviously last year was injured, but he was the guy at Alabama before he got hurt. And then you see what the Heisman winner Devontae Smith did when he went down. So whether that's to his credit or detriment, but I really think this guy, the Dolphins loved him, and I think will do some things in the NFL. So Jalen Waddle is my pick there, and Spires, I know you're going to laugh at me, but I'm taking my Cleveland Brown here. I actually had Odell at 18 overall. I'm going to take Odell Beckham Jr. here because I think when healthy, he should be a top 15 receiver in the league. He should be. Now, with all the drama, off the field and, him and Baker not getting on the same page, and the Browns actually kind of their offense took off a little bit after he got hurt last year, but that could have been due to a lot of things. There was no off season and they had the bye week and then they got clicking, stuff like that. But I think Odell Beckham, you could really see it in the Chiefs game. That's the one piece they were missing, that deep down the field threat. So I'm going to go with Odell Beckham Jr., number 21 overall, and to complete my draft. So Dave, you have pick 22, and that's going to be your last pick of this draft.
I'm going to go with Kenny Galladay. I think he was a great producer in Detroit. His biggest issue is that he can't stay on the field, just like the player picked before him, Odell Beckham Jr. Change of scenery may help. Danny Jones can be very inconsistent, but he's got a very good arm, and he's got great length. He's tall, and he's a big play wide receiver. And I think in that offense, with everybody putting eight in the box, probably with Saquon Barkley, he's got a great opportunity to make plays. So I think he's got tremendous upside, and I'm very happy with my last pick, Kenny Galladay.
Very good. All right, Greg, to you for your last pick, 23 overall.
All right. Well, I hate to pick a Steeler, but I feel like it's time to pick a Steeler. But it's a little, Dave, I'll be interested to see kind of your thoughts on at least who you would pick first off the board from Pittsburgh. I went back and forth on this in my mind. I think I'm going to go with Deontay Johnson. I know he's had issues with the drops, but he's certainly their possession receiver. He's more consistent. I mean, the other guy obviously was Claypool that I was looking at, but I think Johnson's a guy that could and should approach 100 catches, especially with a kind of and continually aging Ben Roethlisberger quarterback. They may throw a lot of short passes, so I'm going to go with Deontay Johnson.
Interesting. Yeah, Dave, what do you think about that? Because I might have had Deontay Johnson second or even maybe third in the Steelers.
Yeah, my guy is Juju. And that may just be because that guy, when the game's on the line, they need a tough catch. It's Juju, and that's who always Ben went to. They're trying to make Deontay Johnson into the next Antonio Brown so that they can pepper him with a lot of passes. But unless they make him run a route more than 3 or 4 yards, you're not going to see what Deontay Johnson can do. Claypool's the big game threat, the deep threat. But it really is going to be a coin flip. And I think also that's why their receiving core is very good, because, if you want to take one of those guys away, the next guy's going to step up, the next 2 guys are going to step up and make plays. So you really can't go wrong with any of the 3. It's just a matter of, as a quarterback, can get him the freaking ball and the line can block for him. So, but I think if I had to pick one of the 3, I think it'd still be Juju. I just like the shorthandedness, and if Deontay Johnson didn't have the dropsies last year, it would be Deontay. But I'm going with what I know, and that's Juju's gonna catch the ball.
Okay. All right, very good. All right, and we are to our final pick of Brett's draft and the final pick overall. Brett, you got the 24th pick overall.
I was hoping Greg was going to make this easy for me. He starts talking Steelers. I thought he was going to go Claypool. I'm like, and there's 2 guys that look at it, Claypool and, Robert Woods with LA. I like the big play from Chase. Robert Woods is more, I feel more of a reliable catcher, but you know what? I'm going to go big play here. I'm going to go Chase Claypool.
Okay. So 2 Steelers right off, as the final picks there. All right, very interesting. Anybody that did not make the top 24 that you guys are surprised with? That didn't?
I'm not that surprised this guy didn't go, but it was somebody that I flirted with, and it was T. Higgins. That dude, if you don't watch a Bengals game, you don't realize that dude's a monster. I mean, that dude's about 6'4", about 235, 240, and can move. And his production went down when Joe Burrow got hurt. So we'll see who they draft. Chase. We'll see how his production is affected by with Chase, but that guy can be a monster this year. I mean, he's one-on-one, especially in the red zone. He's unstoppable. He really is. I mean, that big body, he just throw it up and let the big fella go get it. So I mean, I was flirting back and forth with T. Higgins, and I don't know if that's from a fantasy perspective or just the fact that I watched a couple of Bengals games, but that was one. The other one I would say was Cooper Kupp.
Okay. Greg?
I think it's interesting. I think both the Rams receivers, Woods and Kupp, as much they've had a ton of production now for a number of years with Goff at quarterback. Now with the upgrade to Stafford, you got to think those guys are, will continue to be strong. But I have another Cooper as a surprise. I was surprised Amari Cooper didn't go.
Yeah.
Sort of an underrated, I guess, kind of underappreciated guy. And, Dallas with the QB coming back from injury and a lot of weapons, Cooper always seems to get his.
I agree. Okay. Brett, how about you? Anybody?
I mean, I'll agree with Dave too. I was looking at T. Higgins, kind of like a little, I don't want to say shocked, but like not, I thought maybe there's possibility, but the Bengals are so heavily reliant upon Joe Burrow being healthy, and they addressed it poorly still at this point. So I just don't know if he's going to still be productive. I don't know if I was really overly shocked by many others. I think it is kind of interesting to see some of the guys that are a little further down, like T.Y. Hilton. How's he going to go with Wentz at this point? Is it going to be a good relationship? Is he going to put up the numbers? And then another guy that is a little further down, it's just because, again, I'm not trying to be a Bills homer here, but Cole Beasley, the dude just racks up yards. He's like their go-to receiver on a third down play, it seems. So there are guys that like are really productive, but just weren't quite there yet, I guess.
Yeah. I'll just close it out with like the one guy that I had him ranked 16 overall that didn't get drafted. He's actually going to be suspended the first game of the season is Will Fuller. I don't even know if he got picked up by someone or if he's still a free agent.
He's on the Dolphins.
Oh, he is with
Yeah.
I couldn't recall that, so that was another reason. But man, when that guy is healthy, I know he's basically you could break him in half at any given point. But if he's healthy, he's a stud wide receiver and a deep threat. So, all right, guys, that was interesting.
How about one guy maybe for all real quick, maybe for all of us, like one sort of sleeper guy that's sort of down the list that we think is going to have a breakout season, maybe?
Yeah, that's a good idea. Well, how about since it's your question, I'm having you
leading off. It's a loaded question, right? Is I'm just kind of scanning a list here, but and this guy's way down on this particular list I'm looking at. I don't know if it'll be in 2021, but I do think Jerry Jeudy at some point is going to break out and be a top tier wide receiver. Now they need a quarterback in Denver first. I guess they got Bridgewater, so a little bit better at quarterback, but I look for Jerry Jeudy at some point. Again, he might be more of a 2022, 2023 guy, but I think he's a monster.
Okay. I like that. That's good. Dave or Brett, either one of you guys?
I'm going to give you two. One is DJ Shark. I think with the upgrade with TJ with Trevor Lawrence. I mean, that guy was a big play guy. The other one is Brandon. I don't know, butcher his name, Ayuk from San Francisco. They really seem to look like to get him the ball last year at times, and they didn't really do a great job of upgrading receivers. So he's going to be their number one receiver next year as well. So those are my two guys. I don't know how much of a sleeper they may be. I think they might fall right in the 25-30 range, but
okay.
Yeah.
Brett, you got a guy?
Yeah, I'm going to go Curtis Samuel. I think him going over to Washington, we'll see how that plays out a little bit, but I think he was misused in Carolina. I don't know if he was just used correctly. And I think, being in a system over in Washington they'll probably tailor a little bit better towards him, or at least put him in a spot. One other guy, again, I just feel like I'm being a homer. I'm trying not to be, but Gabriel Davis with the Bills. He's just a strong runner, fast guy from UCF who just can spread the field. So I don't know if it's going to be this coming year, but I think a couple years down the road he's going to be problematic for a lot of teams.
Okay, all right, yeah. My sleeper guy that I was scanning up and down my list. I agree with Spires too. I had Brandon Ayuk. I think if the quarterback position, and we had talked about this off air too, it's like, how good is the receiver dependent on the quarterback that they have? Devontae Adams, is Devontae Adams great because he has Aaron Rodgers, or just because he's so good? You know what I mean? And so I guess if Aaron Rodgers isn't with Green Bay, we could kind of see how that goes. Same thing if some of these wide receiver shakeups, or I'm sorry, quarterback shakeups, we'll see how that depends, and affects these wide receivers numbers. I will say, and again, like Franklin said, not being a homer, but like everything not statistics wise, but everything that Jarvis Landry brings to the Browns, the heart and soul of that team. And I absolutely love the guy. He's not the greatest wide receiver in the world, but he's one of the most consistent guys there is. He's got freakishly strong hands. He runs great routes, and he's a great teammate. And he puts up solid numbers every year. He's never going to be an all NFL wide receiver, but he's going to be a nice guy in the slot and get you 60 to 80 catches a year. So, all right, guys, that was great. Appreciate you doing this, and I'll put this list out there and see who agrees with us, or there's always a couple of those comments out there of like, what the hell are you guys thinking here? So we'll see who agrees, who disagrees with us. So Brett, Greg, Dave, thanks guys, and we'll talk to you soon.
Sounds good.